ZGRWhyUDead! And welcome back to the Dark Souls Prepare to Die Edition playthrough. We just made our way through the Royal Woods and we're at Night Artorias, and then we're going to look at some cool gear you can get afterwards. So right away, there's several observations. First of all, this guy looks pretty fucking badass and super intimidating. If we remember anything from the last boss I fought, I was hardly hurting them. Look, I just hit him one time there, 49 damage with my Krayleg's Fury Sword +5. I have no humanity, but the weapon does scale based off of humanity and dexterity, which I have 30 or 40 of. So I'm not going to be dealing a lot of damage to this guy. This build is not great for this fight, just like the last fight. We're seeing this guy is jumping all over the place, dealing massive amounts of damage. He's just really intimidating and is a bitch for a dexterity-based melee fighter like me without a very powerful weapon. He has a whole bunch of different attacks. Forward, left, right, jumps. He sprays some kind of goo out that I'm not entirely sure what it does. You can see that AoE swipe there. Just simply rolling in one direction or backwards or forwards is just not going to work. If you want to learn to master this guy as a melee fighter, you're actually going to have to learn to anticipate all of his moves from his tells and know which way you're going to have to roll to dodge all of these things. I mean, his attacks are going right through my shield most of the time, dealing massive damage to me. This guy is a serious asshole. Again, like all bosses for the first time I fight them, I'm just trying to learn his moveset here. You can see I'm burning my flasks like they're candy. I've only hit him once or twice. I'm just trying to figure out what ways I need to roll and what I need to do to take this guy down. What can I do to exploit him with my current setup? And right now it doesn't look like anything. We'll see. Well, there's one death to add to the bank. I'm not even entirely sure I learned anything from that encounter. I think I may want to try something a little bit different here, though, and maybe swap out my armor for something a bit heavier. I got all that Guardian set as we are made our way through the Royal Wood, so I might try to put that on and see how that goes. I've got an equip load of 98.4, so as long as I stay under 50% of that, I should still be able to roll around, so we'll see what I can get here. So there I removed my Chloranthy ring, which is going to remove my quick stamina regen, and I put on Havel's ring so that I have a lot more equipment load, so I'll be able to at least move around here. So I've got a lot more armor here. It actually looked like a pretty fucking badass. I wish I had a big sword to go with it. Well, let's see how this goes. he's not hitting me as hard, but it's still not going well. Fast forward a few more minutes into the fight, and we see the armor didn't really do shit. I got him. I guess I got about 25% of his health down, but I still didn't stop him. So I think this time we'll go back to my light armor, just because I felt more comfortable being able to roll around faster, having less than 25% equipment load. I could probably have done a mix and match set of gear, but I'm just going to go back to what I'm comfortable with at least. So here, in place of the Chloranthy ring, I put on the steel protection ring, which I got in Sen's Fortress, and I'm going to try and utilize these green herbs, I don't recall exactly what they're called, that give you stamina regen. So basically they're acting in the place of my Chloranthy ring. So now I've got light armor that I can roll around with, plus I've got some additional defense from the ring, and I've got my stamina regen, hoping that this combination might work out for me. And I think in the end it probably would have, but I'm just still not that great. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I just got like 2-shot there and 1 second death. So here's an idea. Let's use some humanity and get some jolly fucking cooperation and see if these assholes can help me take this guy down, because clearly I can't do it myself with this dexterity build without a great weapon. Something to keep in mind is when you summon people to help you fight, they can't heal themselves unless they have heal spells. So you need to use your Estus flasks, because that will heal everyone in your party for the amount that they heal you. So if you start seeing some of them dying, you can use your pots to keep them alive, to keep them in the fight longer. I found this particularly effective in cases where maybe I have a mage who's just able to deal lots of damage, but they take a lot of damage. I could just stand in the back and heal them and let them do the whole fight. It's kind of what I'm just doing here. I mean, I'm trying my best, but in the end, look, I'm the only one left for some reason. The knight is almost dead, so maybe I just need to get a couple better cooperation buddies with me next time. I mean, that was pretty close. I just got kind of sloppy at the end. We'll summon 2 new people. One of them is the same, I believe, from the last game, Omega James Price. And now we got Bassman. Who knows? Maybe these guys will be more successful this time around. I believe 25%, 50%, and 75% health missing from the boss. He does that move where he charges up, and I think that it makes him a lot more powerful. Fast. I'm not sure if it makes him faster, but either way, you want to get away from it because it deals a lot of magic damage to anyone around him. If you have range attacks, be it a bow or spell, you know, any kind of spell or anything, that's a great time to get some attacks on him because he's just standing there for like 5 seconds, not doing anything, and you can totally whittle that health bar down at that point in time. Holy shit! Yeah, you can see in one swipe there, he took down almost my whole HP bar and the other guy. So he's definitely more powerful. Whoa, he's about dead. Gotta keep their health up and watch. Man, it's a close fucking fight. Okay, and there we go. Look at me looking like I'm actually did something useful there. We get the Soul of Artorias there, and that can be used by yourself to get something like 20,000 souls. It can be traded to a blacksmith to upgrade a sword to a big Chaos Black Knight or Abyss sword, a great sword. I'm not entirely sure because I didn't do it. It can also be used. In a second here, I'll show you. It can be given to a person for some new weapons. But I decided that I wanted to use the soul myself, so I'm just going to kill the person that can be traded to and take her armor set, her cool new armor set and her weapons and show you those. But right now I'm going to level up a few more points in dexterity. And this is the next zone, the Ulasil Township, which we'll be going to in a little bit. But first I want to go and show you these new armor sets. So I'm going to turn around and go back into the room where I just fought the boss, but first you have to quit out of your game and then reload it for this new character to show up.
You, is that not the soul of the man who fell on this spot? He was a dear friend. I wish to pay proper respect with that soul. Would you be willing to part with it?
No.
Yes, of course. I must not be presumptuous. Artorias would not have approved. You humans, always taking what you please. Then I shall do the same.
She's a feedy little fuckwit, isn't she? I have no idea what those little bombs were that she was just throwing at me, but they don't appear to do anything to me. Alright, so what we get from her is her Dark Silver Tracer and Gold Tracer, and then her Lord's Blade outfit. We could have gotten the two weapons from her simply by giving her the Artorias soul, but why should I do that? I could go and trade that in and get the upgraded Greatsword, or consume it for 30,000 souls, and get the weapons by killing her, so fuck that. Let's put this gear on. I don't believe that any of it has any special properties, but it's a relatively light armor with good defense values, especially when you upgrade it, and it looks pretty neat. So now we'll check out these weapons. The Silver Tracer is used for, the Dark Silver Tracer is to be put in your left hand, and you can see it scales E and S, S with dexterity, so if you're a dexterity build, it's really good. The Gold Tracer is meant to go in your left hand, and that actually only has a poison attack when it's used in your left hand with its L2 button. So you would use the powerful attack so that you can't parry or block when that's in your left hand. It can only be used as a weapon. The Dark Silver Tracer has a toxin or a poison effect as well when used with its R2 or strong attack. So the two weapons are meant to be used together. The Gold Tracer, you can see, has a really cool moveset there. It has a strong and weak attack, and same with the Silver Tracer. I had some Twinkling Titanites on me, and I just wanted to see if I couldn't upgrade some of these items just a little bit to see how useful they'd be. In the end, I got them both upgraded to +5, and I still think that I found that I would rather just use the sword and the Quelaag's Fury Blade. But in the end, or rather, I did at least try them out. These items seem to be more tailored towards PvP than PvE, I think. Now, this is the vendor that we found in the last video, Marvelous Chester, and I'm just gonna fucking kill him right now because I want his gear. It's too bad that we can't get his cool crossbow, and he also does like a sweeping attack you can see there, and he throws like wild cards or bombs or something like Twisted Fate in League of Legends. I wish we could get all that cool stuff from him. I'm actually doing some things a little out of order here because I did this after I went into the next section, which I'll cover in the next video, the Ulasil Township. Because if you go to the Ulasil Township in human form, you'll actually fight a dark spirit of Marvelous Chester here. If you kill him prior to that, before that, he won't appear for you to fight. See, he's actually got some cool attacks with his sweeping move and those, I don't know, what are those, darts? And his crossbow actually shoots pretty fast, a lot faster than I've seen any other crossbow, and that thing's huge. I don't recognize it, I don't know if it's in the game or not. You can see I've been using the R2 attack of the Dark Silver Tracer on him, and that's the poison ticks counting down on him there. It did 1200 damage. I mean, that's pretty good. If you can get a few of those R2 attacks on an enemy, you're going to deal some pretty significant poison damage to him. And there we go, we get Chester's outfit. I'm going to skip ahead a second here and then try it on and show you what it actually looks like. So the helmet is lightweight, and the statistics aren't all that great. I'd say, it's got that porcelain face to it, so I mean, it looks cool, but it doesn't do anything. So it's really just for aesthetics if you want to wear it. Now his coat here is light, but you can see here it says it allows the wearer to move in silence. I don't know if that's actually true, but it's enough for me to want to wear it once I get it fully upgraded. Plus it looks pretty badass anyway. So with those new blades, it actually looks pretty cool. You know, you can mix and match these things around, and I don't recall exactly what I end up using, but I'm going to play around with armor throughout the rest of this playthrough to get a cool, unique look. My Sorcerer's playthrough, I actually go back, and the armor vendor that sells all the boss armors that I showed in my previous playthroughs actually will sell you Knight Artorias' armor set, and I buy that and wear it on my mage just because it looks fucking awesome. So I can't wait to show you that as well. So stay tuned for the Sorcerer playthrough, which should be about this time next week, where I can really show you some cool things, you know, all the new spells that we find in this playthrough as well. And I think that's what I'm going to end up with. It looks pretty cool for the overall rogue build. So that's going to be it for this video. Stay tuned tomorrow where we go into the Ulasil Township and see what awaits us there. See ya.